Hi guys, in today's how-to video I want to explain the 5 steps I use to analyze my IPSC level 1, 2 and 3 match results to improve my overall performance. Many IPSC and USPSA competitive shooters participate and compete in different level 1, 2, 3 or more matches. But how many of them actually take the time to analyze their match performance further than just the rank they have and the percentage they have compared to the overall or their division winner? And if they do, the vast majority just base themselves on their own experiences. Very few people will actually record themselves from a first and or a third person perspective, which is also a great analysis tool to improve your performance. Others base themselves on the feedback that they might or might not receive from fellow respected shooters. And also, based on my experience, even fewer people will really take the time and put in the energy to analyze the available match results before, during, and after an actual match. And why do I say fewer? Because it does take time, but it will also provide you a huge treasure trove, especially if you combine the video footage together with an in-depth match results analysis. What do you need to actually do the analysis? Well, some basic understanding on how the point system works in practical shooting, which might, especially for newbies, might be complicated, and it requires some time that you need to invest. I strongly recommend to download from the Apple Store or Google Play Store the Practice Score competitor app. I think in Europe it costs around 10 euros, and it's a super great tool that provides a lot of possibilities to track and also afterwards analyze your match results. And obviously the app is great, but you still need to take some notes and keep some logs either on paper and or on your computer. Before getting into the 5-step process, I really wanted to briefly touch on overall combined versus division results. Many match organizers will publish lists either in Practice Score and or on paper that show the combined overall results with a respective ranking, regardless of division you shoot at, subcategory as far as senior, super senior, lady, junior, and so forth and so forth. So everything is mixed together, and it provides a high-level overview and ranking of everybody that shot the match. I do have to say, I also take a glance at it. I do not really analyze the results. For me, it's just a high-level view on where I position myself in regards to other division winners, as well as a couple of shooters I track and or my fellow club shooters. But that's basically where it ends. I do not put too much energy nor emphasis on the combined overall results. While this of great interest to me, which I also recommend to you if you're serious about analyzing the results, are the results of your respective division, regardless of shooting in open, standard, production or carry optics, production or carry or PCC or whatever division you are shooting at. There are actually 3 people that I recommend you spend time and energy on. First of all, it's yourself. The second is the division match winner, so the overall winner for your division. And because seldom you'll see that the match winner won any, if not all, of the stages. A lot of times the division match winner will win some stages, but certainly not all the stages. So other people than the division match winner might have won actually different stages. So these 3 competitive shooters should deserve your time and energy when comparing the match results. What about other categories? Depending whether or not you're in the senior category, super senior category, ladies, juniors, and so on and so forth, and or other division shooters that might be of interest, I would recommend, if you would do it, that you can if you have enough time and energy that you want to put in it, but I basically recommend to analyze the results of the three people that I just mentioned before. If you are motivated, if you have time, energy, you can actually use the same process to compare yourself to other shooters within your division or in other divisions, but I personally don't really do that. Let's dig into the 5-step process I use to analyze my match results. As stated earlier, I recommend certainly initially you focus only on yourself, the division match winner and the division stage winners, to analyze their results and to see what you can learn of it to optimize and improve your overall performance. The first step I undertake is again, I primarily use the Practice Score competitor app because it is very useful, it's very easy to use, and it provides you all essential information to analyze your match results. Check the overall division ranking. Where are you positioned in regards to the division match winner? Are you second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and so forth and so forth? What is your percentage of the division match winner? How much time did it take you overall the stages to complete the match, as well as how many points, match points, did you get in comparison to the division match winner. As far as the points is concerned, you can dig in a little deeper because also the competitor app provides you details overall on how many A's, C's, D's, no penalty mics that you shot in relationship and compared to, for example, the division match winner. So overall, you already have a good idea and a high level view on where you position yourself in comparison to the match winner. Then we actually dig in deeper. So we did an overall analysis. Now we go into the nitty gritty things and we go into the stage. So here again, I really recommend to use the Practice Score competitor app because you can therein actually easily select and see where you rank yourself in relationship to the division match winner and maybe even the division stage winner, which do not always have to be the same. It might, but it's not always the case. You also compare the hit factor. How did he or she perform hit factor wise compared to you? And hit factor is based off time and points. So you dig in a little deeper, you see how much time did it take you versus how much time did it take the division match winner to complete the stage. And we do the same thing for the points. So here we do not take a look at the match points, we take a look at the actual points that you could shoot for the respective stage. So how many alphas, charlies, deltas, no penalty mics did you shoot in comparison with the division match winner? And I'll go in the last slide to provide you general match tips to optimize them. So those are the 4 things that I will look up and analyze between myself and the division match winner. Then we go into the division stage winners and yourself, which might for some stages be the same, but oftentimes you'll see that somebody else than the division match winner actually won the stage. So now we dig in per stage. We did something similar above when we compared our results in the stage with the division match winner. Now we're gonna do the same in the stage between the division stage winner. Here we do the same thing. We check and compare per stage what is the ranking. You'll see again in Practice Score competitor app, it's much easier. You can see where you position yourself in relationship to the stage winner. Second, third, fourth, and so forth, and also what is the percentage and difference between the division stage winner and yourself, and also where does the division match winner fit into. And then as we did above, we'll take a look at the hit factor and the difference therein, the time, how much time did the stage winner take to complete the course of fire, and the same thing goes with the points. How many points did he or she shoot, alphas, charlies, deltas, no penalty mics, and how does that relate to you? Once you've done that, you can actually draw everything down, take notes, logs, and then compare the different results. I mean, for example, if you can see that it took the division and or the division stage winner 2 seconds less to complete a course of fire and a stage, you can start working backwards to see, is it your draw, is it your positioning and transitioning between shooting positions, are your transitions in between target arrays too high, did you have malfunctions on the stage, did you run an ineffective stage plan, and so forth and so forth. So there are a lot of things you can actually conclude based on the results if you've analyzed and noted down everything correctly. Here you'll also draw positive as well as negative conclusions, but also with a positive mindset, because also the negative conclusions serve as interesting points to adopt in future trainings, dry fire or live fire trainings that you might have. And then you will actually integrate the lessons that you've learned from the match results analysis, and you will integrate it into your training and your upcoming matches. I just explained the 5-step process in theory. Now, how do I put it into practice? Well, I have drafted a 1-page document that serves as my structural guide to actually conduct the match results analysis. So this is a print screen of the document, in which you can see I note down with a pencil. Oftentimes I actually don't do this on the computer. I do this with a pencil. That's easier with the Practice Core app next to me and a calculator. To calculate a couple of things, I note down the club where I shot the match as well as the date, and then you see 3 individuals on the overall document. That's myself, the division winner, and then this section actually serves for the analysis per stage and the stage winner, which I'll come on to later on. So my name, the division winner name, then the ranking, did I score 4th, 5th, 7th, 1st, 2nd versus the division winner, which obviously is 1st. I also take a look at the knowledge experience of the division winner. How long has he or she been shooting, because that's relevant. Then I will look up and note down the overall match points, which again, competitor app, it's very easy to find that information. So match points percentage, I note down here. Not only the points, but also did I score above 90% of the available match points. So that's something that I take a look at. The 90% is something that you'll hear further down. In observations, I will oftentimes note down the difference between the points and the percentages. Then total time, also again coming from Practice Core, you can easily see how much time it took the division winner versus how much time it took you to complete all the stages together. And here you can already see what the delta is between both times. Then I'll note down again, based on the Practice Core competitor app, how many A's did I shoot, how many C's, D's, no penalty mics. The same goes for the division winner, which I also note down, and then I'm gonna calculate based on the overall number of shots that were in the match. I'm gonna calculate my percentage of A's, C's, D's, and so forth and so forth. I'm not going to compare them yet, but just note down is how many percentage of A's did I shoot, how many C's, and so forth and so forth. And then again, you'll see that A's preferably need to be above 90%, C's below 9%, and D's below 1% over the overall total of the match. The same goes for no penalty mics. By preference, you prefer not to shoot any no shoots, no procedurals, no mics, and so forth and so forth. I do the same thing for the division winner, and then I'll actually compare both of them together to see where is the difference. Did he or she shoot more alphas, charlies? Did I shoot more no penalty mics? So what is the comparison as far as the points between the division winner and myself? Then we'll actually get down. The first analysis I do is again stage by stage. I will also briefly note whether or not it's a short, medium, or long course. Now this is the document I use for level 1, 2 matches. Oftentimes, if you shoot a level 3 or more, you just have to add more columns and you have to do more analysis. But the vast majority of the matches I shoot are level 1s and 2s, which rarely have more than 6 courses and stages during the match. So this is my main go-to document. So I will analyze the results of the division winner and myself, and I will, once that is done, again ranking the hit factor, time and points, I will see what the delta is between everything. I will note it down together with, for example, did I have a malfunction, how did I solve it, did I run a different stage plan, a couple of things that I will note down here. And above, I will per stage also log who the stage winner was, with also the time that he or she shot it, as well as the points they've gotten, and then also see what the delta is between myself and the stage winner, and myself and or the division winner and the stage winner. And there's a lot of information you can actually deduct from that analysis. And then every time I learn something, starting with the overall section, going down into the details per stage, I will actually take a note. If it's positive, I will note it down in the plus side. If it's a point of attention, I will note it down in the negative sign, always in bullet form. And this is the document that I use to actually conduct the 5 steps process for the match results analysis. What I do then is I will scan that into a PDF, and I will copy that onto a specific folder, which I regularly go into to learn and pull out certain aspects to integrate in my dry and or my live fire training or my upcoming matches. To conclude, I wanted to give you some general match tips. The first is I strongly recommend that you set for yourself a measurable objective and goal for the match, but also before the actual match. Oftentimes I hear that one of the motivations or ambitions of shooters, oftentimes beginner and or intermediate, to some degree also advanced shooters, that their objective is to win individual stages. I'm not really for that goal, because rarely you will win a lot, if not all, stages. You'll see that even the division winner will not have won all of the stages. He might have won 1 to 2, maybe 3, but certainly not all. There are other winners for respective stages. What is important is to consistently have a hit factor of 90% or higher compared to the respective stage winner. So the people who score more than 90% in hit factor compared to the stage winner overall will oftentimes be the winner for the respective match. So yes, it's nice from a psychological point of view, motivational point of view, that you won a specific stage, but all in, that's not really that relevant. What is relevant is to have a hit factor higher than 90% when compared to the stage winner. The same thing as it goes for the available points that you can shoot. The objective is actually to shoot more than 90% of the available points. And how do you do that? Well, more than 90% really needs to be ace that you shoot. So accuracy is very important. Even if you shoot medium to short courses where the advantage is more in time, the objective should still be to shoot a maximum ace as possible, to shoot less than 9% Charlies, and to shoot less than 1% deltas, and obviously have no procedurals and don't shoot no shoots nor mics, because they will cost you dearly. So overall, try to have more than 90% hit factor compared to the stage winner, shoot more than 90% of the available points, which I noted down here, more than 90% alphas, less than 9% Charlies, and less than 1% deltas, not only per stage but also for the overall match. That's an objective result that will actually push you and put you in the, I would say, at least top 3. This is also what you will analyze during the 5-step process. If the match organizers actually already publish either fully or partially the match results, I strongly recommend that you analyze and take some notes and you look up an equivalent level shooter, because that might provide you strategic insight into whether or not a short, a medium or long course has a low, a medium or high hit factor, and you can change your strategy based on the hit factor. For that, I refer you to another video I made on hit factor and how you can actually use it, but therefore you actually need the results. Yes, you could, if the written stage briefings are available and you have a lot of experience, you can actually calculate the approximate time it takes you. You know how many points that you will actually get, and you can also calculate the approximate hit factor. But even better, if in practice score, for example, the results are already published, you can go to that, find an equivalent level shooter, and then take the information from that to integrate that into your stage planning. Why is that? Because hit factor dictates strategy, and strategy dictates whether or not you need contingencies, and if the contingencies are there, or how you can actually solve these contingencies to improve your overall hit factor. Another technique I don't use but I've heard about is that it might be of strategic advantage to shoot as a shooter competitor in one of the last squads of the match, because the more data you have in practice score, for example, the better you can actually calculate the hit factor and also base your strategy based on that as far as time is concerned, and or points that you can shoot or that you can lose on respective stages. So that's a strategy that you could use, is strategically always register yourself for one of the last squads, because then more data is available which can help you in your stage planning. How can you cut time? Well, first of all, it's important to move fast when not shooting. And that includes that you need to start to move and you need to blend different tasks together, that you need to shoot on the move and also in and out of a position. Secondly, make sure that you have fast but controlled target transitions, especially in a race where there are multiple targets. Select your point of aim, really hone in on that during your walkthrough, and then make sure that your eyes transition fast from one point of aim to another point of aim, and your gun will actually follow after that. Here it's important to transition fast but have controlled shots on the target, preferably alphas, because there's a minimum or level that you need to attain if you're really serious about competing, and then make sure that you have fast splits in between your shots. But here too, a point of caution: don't do fast splits if you shoot Charlies and Deltas. I mean, then it's better to tune it down just a little bit, but to make sure that you have these alphas. So rarely, besides different types of competitions, you will gain a lot if you shoot very fast splits. If you can shoot very fast alphas in very fast splits, I mean, good on you, that's great. But most competitive shooters are not at that level, so it's better to get and focus in on your points than have crazy splits but sprayed all over the target and not in the alpha. I hope that helps you to have more insight in how useful the match result analysis can be to improve your overall performance towards the future.